Hello everybody, hey, it's Ken Faulkner. Got another knife video from the collection. One of my nicer knives that I haven't shown in a while, so thought I'd break it out, and for my sake as well. I don't get a lot of pocket time with this one, but I should get more. So this will help me remember that I like this knife a lot. This is from Heretic knives. Normally you're seeing them as autos. They do a lot of OTFs. This one's called the Wraith M, which I think is a manual, so it must be they have an auto version of it. It is a very cool knife. It has a kind of forced patina on there that looks a little distressed. I bought this secondhand, so I don't know if the brass underneath there is showing itself over time, or that's just the way it came. It's got that shipwreck kind of look. It's a very cool look, and I don't mind kind of that distress. Kind of makes it look like it's well used. Also it's interesting that it's an integral, but it's carbon fiber integral. So yeah, it's very interesting. Kind of different. When you take this one apart, this is all one piece here, but then you take these screws out and the pivot, and then you can remove this part. Kind of makes it a little bit easier to disassemble. I have disassembled this one. I'm not a fan of disassembling the integral knives, just because, you know, you got to keep everything lined up and get the bearings or whatever kind of bearing it has lined up with a pivot and get that pivot through there. But this makes it a lot easier because you're able to remove this part. But it still is technically, as far as I know, would be considered an integral. So of course that makes it a little more expensive. This one kind of running, the price I have on my spreadsheet, because I bought it used, I got an incredible deal, but $450 I think is what it goes for. I don't know if you can get them regular. I don't think you can get them. You might be able to get them on the secondary, but it is a very cool knife. It is basically a back flipper only, but for the most part, I can get that side with the coating on it. Just, I knew that I was going to have trouble because of the camera, but I can get it. There we go. Because it's got that coating on it, and it kind of gives me a little traction. Plus, it's kind of hard to see because it's black, I guess, but you can kind of see the grind on it. It's got that tanto. So it's got that secondary tip here. Nice aggressive tip in the front. Nice drop point on there to bring that down centered with the pivot, which is kind of my favorite. It works well for the penetration. Nice jimping up here, great for the thumb. You get your hand behind. Sometimes it's good to have a flipper tab, even in the open position, because you can get your finger on there. You could kind of pull the trigger on it, do the trigger pull position for choke up. But yeah, that jimping that it has, not too aggressive, but it's enough to give you some traction. And from here it's good, and from here it's also good. So yeah, it's a cool little drop there. You can get down here if you want for get up here on the pinch or whatever. Carbon fiber, it looks real nice. It's got a lot of milling in it, and it's got some good texture to it. It's not that super slick type, so that's nice. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it has a nice look to it. The pivot's got that big pivot collar, and then of course that bolster on one side. Then you can see this is a titanium lock bar here. It's got a steel insert in it, but it's bolted into the inside of the. So it's kind of like, I got a lot more disassembly than most integrals, because you can take this lock bar out. Not sure. Oh yeah, you got the two screws here. They do have that little ceramic ball in the clip. Works okay. I mean, it's not my favorite, but it does okay. It's a little narrow down under here, so you got thick pants, and it's a little difficult. But yeah, it's the Wraith M from Heretic Knives. I guess Heretic Knives has a little bit of connection to Microtech. I think there's some like father-son thing. Like the father was part of Microtech, and the son broke off with Heretic Knives. You always see them at the shows, and their booths are always like right next to each other. So they're obviously on friendly terms, but yeah, they both have really cool knives. I was really glad I was able to pick this one up for such a sweet deal. The steel on this is MagnaCut. I don't know if you can see it there, but yeah, it's a nice thick, because it does have a swedge on top, and it's nice and thick here. So I'm thinking let's see if we can measure that. We're looking at about maybe a little over an 1/8 inch thick stock. Blade length is 3 5/8. Handle length is 5, which gives you that overall of about 8 5/8. Yeah, so nice big knife. Good size for me. I consider this a full size, definitely. Action's good. Not totally drop shutty, but I kind of prefer. Sometimes the drop shutty can be a little bit dangerous. Just as long as it, maybe a little bit of a shake, and it comes down nice and smooth. All right, so that's it. The Wraith M from Heretic Knives. And I hope you guys are all having a great holiday season, and I will see you on the next one.